Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to Creta, April 4th, 2018. Today we're going to be doing some Eclipse cards. Well, my take of Eclipse cards. I never made any before. I just been playing around with the stuff today. So, let's go ahead and start off. And I'll show you what I've done. I have cut this out already. I cut a few of them out. That's why you see random letters. And then I cut this one out. And I really like cameras, as you all know, so I do have a few camera projects in mind. And with this one, I was thinking that the person can just, it's not a trifold or anything like that, but you know, sometimes your cards just stand up for you. Just like this, and you can put it on your desk, and then the person can write a note in the inside that says, smile, somebody loves you, or someone loves you, or I love you, or you are loved, or something like that. So I've already took the liberty of attempting to do one. And now what I'll tell you is that you really need to think about your paper and the colors that you're going to use, because you're going to see when I put these letters down that they kind of lose or they get lost in there. So what I have decided that I want to do is just take this little ink pad that I have right here and ink around the edges so you can get some definition of that. And I understand it's an eclipse, so it kind of, with an eclipse, it kind of makes everything go dark. And that's definitely what happened with this, the letters. You can't really even see them that much. So you just got to be careful. You know, you can use lighter colors. Lighter colors probably work better than dark colors, or the colors that I've used for this one, at least in my opinion. But overall, it is an eclipse card. It is a card that is actually handcrafted and made for someone to look at and say, oh, that says love. Okay, interesting. Or it says LVE with a heart in there, right? Which, you know, we all use a heart for love. I was talking to my boyfriend around Valentine's, and he's like, where do they get a heart from for the heart? Because, you know, that's not how the heart actually looks. It looks like, it looks weird. It doesn't look like this beautiful shape. And I, of course, because if you know me, I look up everything. I just have to know. And when you ask a question or something, I want to know too. I mean, I really don't care about the commercial heart versus the heart that beats in our chest that goes love dub. I'm okay with both of them. And so I drew him a heart, the other heart, the cardiac muscle. And he was like, really? You always got to be extra. All right, so we're going to put this down, and I really need to get my tweezers. All right, not saying that the tweezers are going to make it any better for me, but it will probably do me a little bit more justice than my own hands. And I feel like I'm playing Operation right now. I'm not sure if you've ever played that game before. But you know, when you put it down, like the pencil was the hardest, in my opinion, to actually get. You all know what I'm talking about with Operation? They revamped it a little bit. But it's still Operation nonetheless. And if you watch Robot Chicken, I think they had a little episode on it on there. I don't watch Cartoon Network that much anymore because we're all about Disney Junior and Nick Jr. now. So, yep. Sometimes I'm sitting here and I'm singing the songs in my head. All right. And you can get these tweezers from the Dollar Tree. The ones I have right now is, I was enabled by the Clumsy Crafter. One day she showed this on her channel, and I had to run out and get it. Never did anything with them yet, but I did. And you see, it kind of stands out a little bit more now that I've inked the edges up, I think. Excuse my early morning jitters. I get those from time to time. And I'm not concerned about that heart. The letters I'm more concerned about than anything else. Please leave a comment in the comment section if you've created a Eclipse card. And tell me your secrets. I want to know. You know, back in the day when Inquire was being advertised, it would say inquiring minds want to know. It's funny how, well, not funny, but interesting how a lot of things we were tolerant of and they used to show on TV a long time ago, we don't show that on TV or do it anymore. Because I remember when they used to have cigarette commercials, but they stopped when people started dying from lung cancer or cancer in general. And they realized that kids were impressionable. All right. So now what I'm going to do, because you really can't see it, is I'm going to put some little embellishments on there. And I'm going to use this right here. It's Color Box. And I think we can go with this little script butterfly and maybe some of these lighter ones. Okay, so this is really an illusion eclipse card because look, they're all like clear, which is cool. So when I just put this one down, and this is going to be a card that you really have to look at. So I won't put a lot of these on there, and then I'm just going to put some bling on there, and we'll be done with this one, and we can do the camera card together. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. You know, I guess you learn by your mistakes. I don't think I made any mistakes, just saying that it's very interesting that it's an eclipse card, but everything is kind of like illusion. Like, see, I put that on there. And probably the colors. I'm quite sure if I would have picked some a lighter color or not something that's not so dark in color in nature, it probably would have came out a little bit different. But overall, I'm really satisfied and happy with how it looks. It's my first one, and I'm happy. I decided that I'm not going to knock myself. There's plenty of people out there want to say bad things about you and knock you, so why be one of those people that do it to you? So I'm going to probably use some pearls. Why not, right? I rarely use pearls. Let's see if I can pull this off without pulling off the adhesive. And I'm going to go in the odd realm because everyone says it looks better. And let's just see. I'm going to leave it right there. And you all know I like to do it at the bottom corner most of the time. So let's just see how this looks. All right. So here we are. It looks very interesting. It looks like we just have 3 pearls on there. When we actually have a few different elements, we have this butterfly that kind of looks lost in it because it's a darker color on top of a darker color. Then we have these 2 cute little butterflies, and it says love. This is definitely a cool card, in my opinion. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on this one now. And this one should be a lot more easier to do and accomplish, get complete. I do want to talk about this paper from Michaels. If you bought the Recollections paper that they had on sale recently, or maybe it's been like that for a while, it is damaged. Just so you know, it is slightly damaged. Don't think that your measurements are off when you cut it and it doesn't cut straight or crooked or whatever, because it is off. Like, you all know that I always say that I always cut crooked anyway, but it's definitely off. So just keep that in mind. Don't get discouraged when it comes to your cutting on this particular paper pad. And I don't know, you know, we've been complaining for a while saying our cutting boards were messed up, but maybe it's the paper that makes us cut crooked, not the cutting board. But I do think that the Fiskars cutting board is awesome, and I haven't had any issues with that at all. So we're going to use Smile, and I just chose this camera paper because it's easy, it's quick, it's fun, and it's cameras. So I already cut this sliver down as well, and I just need to trim it some more. And what a lot of people do when they make Eclipse cards, they don't even put a backer. Some don't. They just put it just like this and they go on. But because I wanted to try this Eclipse card for the first time, I chose to do this. And I just need to come through here and cut. Okay, so the one thing you do need to remember is that when you are applying, if you have a backer, so let's move our card base out the way. If you have a backer for your cutout, whatever your Eclipse piece is going to be, you need to be mindful of where you're going to put your adhesive so that it sticks down. Like you see my M is poking up a little bit, and that's okay. I can just get a little bit of wet glue and tack that down. No big deal. But everything else, you need to be mindful of that. So what I did on the other one is I just taped this down, the actual word versus the piece that I'm putting on the word. I'm not sure what this spells to you, but every time I see it, I see slime and not smile. I don't know what's going on with my letters in my head. It's just working differently today. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some tape down and put this on. Okay, so I just applied the tape down, and this is how it looked. On the other one, I put tape all over the place. This time, I was like, let's be smart about this. And this is easier to do because it's one line versus, you know, this here. So that was a little bit easier as well. And now, so what I'm going to do is apply just a scotch of tape. And I probably don't need it, but the weirdo in me wants it on there. So that's why we're going to put it on there. All right. And it won't stay down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just, I still like how that inking looked on here. So I'm going to ink up these letters and then I'll come back. Hi, everyone. I just want to talk about this really quickly. I'm not sure if you were thinking, this card is going to be plain too. And so I was like, you know what? It has cameras on there. Why not just stamp out an image, color it up, and quickly go ahead and fussy cut it out. Because I want to put this on the top of it, I think. You know, I was reading I've been reading a lot of posts. These scissors are going to drive me crazy, even though they're my favorite. About, scissors. You know how people say don't use my fabric scissors to cut paper. I was thinking that one time my aunt had came to visit and she used my good scissors to cut something. I was like, lady, what is your problem? And so she was upset with me because I told her don't use my scissors like that. She could have used the other scissors. I have scissors from the Dollar Tree. I know that sounds bad, but the scissors from the Dollar Tree, you know, they're made to cut like food up. You can cut like fruit, vegetables, and things like that. That's what they're designed for, the Betty Crocker ones. And that's what I have in the drawer. But she saw my good scissors. Oh, I thought they were good. I didn't know about scissor quality at that time, but she took them and cut with them, and they had all this like gook on it because she had cut up something open that had liquid in there, so the liquid got all on the scissors and it was all sticky and gooey. She's like, you can just clean them off. I was like, no, you don't mess with my scissors, woman. She was upset with me for a while. She stayed like 4 or 5 days, and like every time she went to go cut this package open again, she was like, which scissors can I use? I was like, I already told you, not the ones you used and messed up. Because, you know, family, for some reason, well, maybe it's just my family. Family believe that they don't have to pay you back when they ruin stuff sometimes. So, I don't know. I was just thinking about that because I see people that say, I saw this post, and it's like, he used my fabric scissors, and the lawyer's like, yeah, clearly on page 20 it says, if you use her fabric scissors, that's ground for divorce or whatever. So, I think that's funny. I wonder if that little stamp set has a die to it. Because these images are very clean cut. So that would be good for people that use dies. to cut them out. You would not believe this. I picked a Polaroid. There are no Polaroids on here. Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. First world problems, I know. Let's see. I guess I could use this Pentax or the 35mm camera. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because I think I'm just going to put it like that. And I was trying to find something, a small little thing that said like smile or something like that. Smile. But I couldn't. I don't have anything close by. I'm just going to ink up these edges even though it's all yellow. And you remember those Polaroid cameras? They were trying to get you to buy them. Maybe that's when they started dying out. They were all solid colors. We had a blue one. And so that's what I did. And I just colored this white and gray and then yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and put the adhesive on to pop up the letters. And then I'll put it on the card. I forgot I had a card. I may even trim this down a little bit. So let me see. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our letters on the card, and then we'll be done. I'm again using these tweezers just because it's easier to do it that way, for me at least, but apply it however you feel comfortable. And it's really good that these are, it's just like a little puzzle. The colors are very good and vibrant, so I'm not struggling too much. When my mom was here and we would do puzzles, for some reason we always did a lot of wood puzzles and skies and trees and 20 different trees with 100 different shades of green made for a long puzzle putting together. But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Those are the treasured memories that you look back on and say, I did that. Just like I did this card. Yay, me. Super excited. Now what you could do, definitely, my M is a little bit off. But I'm going to leave it just like that. And I went around and I inked up the entire letter with this color. And I like it. I like it a lot. Can't see it like that. Let's see. So I think that looks fabulous. And we have this little pop-up. Well, it's not a real pop-up, but it's a little pop that has this camera on there. And I want you to remember to smile. It's so cool. It was so fun doing. I am not going to put any other embellishments on it. I'm going to leave it just like that. And I may revisit this later on in the month because I want to try and make them better. And I think what I'll do next time is not use pattern paper. It's just use a plain sheet of paper and use some color ink and see how that works. I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Happy crafting.